Computers. It is a machine, which can perform arithmetic and logical operation to process the data, which makes easier to handle the information. First, computers are developed for doing calculation, but the power of the computation is increased from generation to generation. Now computers give the information of whole world in our hand. But the most powerful computers in nowadays is the quantum computers. Quantum computer are designed to overcome the limitations of classical computer, by the unbelieving principle called quantum mechanics. Let us see in this video what it is and how they work. Quantum computer are working with the help of quantum mechanics. The principles involved in quantum mechanics, such as superposition, interference and entanglement, are used to compute and store the information in the form of qubits. Qubits are nothing but quantum bits, which are the fundamental building blocks for the quantum information. Okay, let's see how the qubits are created. In basic, qubits are made up of semiconductor materials. But they're a lot more complicated. Imagine a single atom of silicon material. The unique free electrons present in their isotopes are going to be transformed as qubit. In order to do that, it will be isolated and embedding the electron in the material which has zero free electrons. If the quantum particle is isolated, we can access its quantum phenomenon such as superposition and entanglement by applying external strong magnetic field and light waves. All this process are happening at a transistor, in which the value of the qubits are measured. Unlike the classical bits, qubits are different, they can't move from their stable place. So we cannot find the values of the qubit, when it is in the form of superposition. The only way to find, is to measuring the qubit in a classical form either 0 or 1. Now let's see what is superposition. According to quantum mechanics, superposition is the principle in which the quantum particle can have the two quantum number at the same time. In the quantum computer, the superposition of the qubit is attained by some procedure. First, the system must be totally isolated from the surrounding, even though a small amount of thermal radiation can break the superposition of the quantum particle. So scientists use the cooling agent like liquid helium for extreme cold temperature, to isolate the total system from even the single vibrations. Then need to apply a strong magnetic field, to align the spin of the electron is upside down. In quantum computers, the down spin of the qubits is considered as 0 and the up spin of the qubits is considered as 1. Some external light or microwaves are used to give additional energy for the qubits to change it to spin up. But the qubits are not actually spin up, they are in between the state of spin up and spin down until it measured. That state of possessing the two quantum numbers at the same time is known as superposition. The second important quantum mechanics principle used in the quantum computer is quantum entanglement. I already told that the qubits in the quantum computer is in the stable position, so the information traveled from one qubit to another qubit with the help of entanglement principle, which is also known as quantum teleportation. I will tell the example to understand what is quantum entanglement. Let's take a photon, which are unpolarized and come straight from the slit, backwards light source. When the photon is subjected to high dense magnetic field, the photon itself split it into two photons of lower energy. This is wondering, the fundamental quantum particle is also be divisible. Then the two photons are polarized, one is horizontally and another one is vertically. That makes the one photon spin up and another photon spin down. Even though the quantum particle is separated, it maintains the conduct to each other and it doesn't depend upon the distance. It means, if we observe the entangled two quantum particles, from the distances of several light years, this phenomenon doesn't change. Thus, it is called as spooky actions at distance. This principle is most important part in the quantum computer to transfer the information. Okay, now let's see how quantum computers are built from a qubits. Quantum superposition and quantum entanglement are the physical principles of how qubits work. The power of the quantum computer depends upon the number of the qubit present in it. Many companies like IBM and Google built the quantum computers, which has the qubits less than the 100. The qubits are integrated in a circuit and made that as quantum processor. Quantum processor has size which we can hold it in our hand. but the quantum computer need a size of room. This is because of the isolation of the entire system from the physical disturbance. Without doing this, the superposition of the qubit will be broken. The processor in the classical computer are built by the millions of transistors. 2 or 3 transistors are combined to form the logical gates, which are responsible for the logical operation, and they are controlled by the assembly programming language. The quantum computer also have the gates, known as quantum logic gates, which are made from the combination of qubits. The quantum logic gates are represented by the unitary matrix. The size of the matrix which determine the quantum states are represented by number of qubits. They are determined by this formula. For example, if it is the gate between 2 qubits, then the quantum states is mentioned in 4x4 matrix. With the help of the quantum logic gates and quantum assembly language, we can write any program in a quantum computer. Quantum computer may not be efficient for the basic usage of the computation, but it has capacity to solve the problem, which takes time, almost the age of the universe in a classical computer. In the current times we can't achieve the full power of quantum computer. But in future we can able to solve the unsolved and mathematically complicated problem very easily with the help of quantum computer. In addition, quantum computer can able to break any encryption in future that we are currently using it for security purpose. But quantum encryption will give the solution for that. Quantum computer is very complicated to understand fully. It need lot of mathematics, computational theories, information technology and data science. But we are see it in a physicist perspective. I hope you will understand what is the qubit, and the basic idea about quantum computer. Let's see further in our future videos. Thank you and bye bye.